is going to be a very happy day. But before that, I would like to introduce myself. Hello, my name is Jolie Xian from grade 9A, and today I will be your host for our Chinese New Year celebration. Today is going to be a happy day because you'll watch some of our student performances and also visit our booths inside the building. And don't worry, we won't let your stomachs go rumbling. We've got food and drinks as well in the canteen area. What's Spring Festival without food and drinks, am I right? Now that I have your attention and welcome you, let's all drive our attention to this side. Hello, students! Can you give me a hello? Hello, students! We will start this festival like any normal festival with an opening parade. So let's give a round of applause for our Sampoerna Academy students! Woo! definitely worthy of the Olympics. All right, what do we have next? We are celebrating the upcoming Spring Festival. So I would like to share a little bit about China and the Spring Festival itself. You know, just in case this is your first time celebrating Spring Festival, or as we may call it, Chinese New Year. China has an exceptionally rich culture that dates back thousands of years ago. As one of the oldest continuous civilizations in the world, with a history of almost 5,000 years, China is known for having one of the highest populations and tourism rates. From a global perspective, people have come to appreciate and love China as a country for its timeless traditions. Dating back to 2000 BC, China has made countless contributions to the world through its inventions such as paper, silk, and many, many more. Ancient China is responsible for a rich culture, which much of it is still evident in modern China. Throughout history, Chinese culture has changed in its practices, but remained steadfast in its values. Chinese culture has changed in its practices, but remained. The cultures such as Chinese characters, music, dance, literature, martial arts, and cuisine prevails across a large geographical region, exerting profound influence on the philosophy, virtue, etiquette, and traditions of East Asia. Whilst tradition and festivals are celebrated, instilled, and practiced by people all around the world, China is truly, truly amazing. Speaking of singing and dancing, before we move on to our next performance, I'd like to invite our head of school and our principal for Pakuan Inda, Mr. John and Miss Adelina, to give their welcoming remarks. Mr. John and Miss Adelina, let's give them a round of applause, shall we?
Good morning, Sampoerna Academy Grand Pakuan, and also grades 1 and 2 from Sampoerna Academy in Pakuan, India. Welcome to the Chinese New Year celebration. Thank you, everybody, for coming here today, our distinguished guests and visitors, our parents, our students, all of our staff members, and everybody who is helping behind the scenes. This event is truly collaborative. Everybody has put so much work, energy, and effort into it, and we are delighted that today we can showcase to our community the talents and the skills of our wonderful students. So thank you very much for being with us as one community to celebrate this important event, one of many of the events in our school year. We are delighted to host it at Grand Pakuan, the first time face-to-face, and in fact, the first time face-to-face since we first opened at Pakuan Inda in 2019-2020. So it's a very auspicious occasion. So thank you for being here to make history with us at Sampoerna Academy in Grand Pakuan. Shei Shei. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I am Miss Adelina, the principal at the Pakuan Inda campus, and I am so thrilled to be here with our grade 1 and grade 2. Hello, parents. Hello. And hello to GP parents. Maybe you didn't see me before. Hello, hello. I am thrilled to be here with you. Chinese New Year is a time to celebrate with friends and family, and we are so happy to have you as part of our Sampoerna Academy family. I would just like to say some thank yous. So let's say thank you to our students, of course. Round of applause for our students for working so hard for our event today. I would like a big round of applause for our teachers, especially our Chinese teachers, for all the work they put in. Let's have a big round of applause. And also for our media team for helping us to put all of this together. A big round of applause for them as well. Thank you so much. We appreciate all of you as part of our school community. Are you ready for our show? Oh, I can't hear you, parents. Are you ready for our show? Woo! 新年快乐!
Sophie.
Hari.
恭喜新年快乐，万事如意。
Papa Harry.
Beautiful, beautiful voices, especially Miss Adelina. All right, before we continue the event, I would like to mention to the parents of the grade 1 students, you guys are welcome to go inside the building with your children right now because inside we have booths which are filled with activities. You can find the information of the classes in the ground floor, okay? So parents of grade 1 students, you may go with your children and their homeroom teachers inside the building and do activities inside. Thank you so much. All right, now let's continue the event. But before going to our next performance, I'd like to mention a little bit more about China. Did you know that the average person in ancient China worked hard every single day? They worked long, long hours each day and did not have weekends off. Could you imagine that? I could not. I could not do that. There is no way. However, throughout the year, there were a number of national festivals where families would gather together during these times and celebrate. Many of these festivals are still celebrated in China throughout the world by global citizens of Chinese descent, much like us. And the most important festival this year was the Spring Festival, or as we may call it, Chinese New Year. Ancient Chinese people celebrated the Spring Festival as far back as the Shang Dynasty over 3,000 years ago. According to Who are you and where are you from?
Well, I'm Wang Minghong from Gudai, and I happen to hear you droning on and on about Spring Festival. So why don't I take you and everyone here on an adventure instead?
An adventure? But I need to be here today. I need to host this event.
Yes, don't worry. Plus, I think everyone here would like to go on that adventure. Am I right?
Do you want to go on an adventure? It looks like they do want to go on an adventure. But where?
Come on. Hey, come on. Hide behind this tree.
Bro, what happened, bro? Wait, where are we?
We are in the Shang Dynasty in 1600 BC, in a small village. Be quiet, I'm gonna show you and everyone here how Spring Festival originated and remained the most important festival in China, and a major event in other Asian countries. You do know that this is the festival celebrated by a quarter of the world's population, right? Here, let's go over to that side while we wait for the scene to unfold.
don't like this. Don't like this. Listen, don't like this. Face to people. Okay.
What the hell?
Where's the song? Isn't it Johann Spot first? The music.
Yeah, there's a. Is that a music?
Huh?
The other one is temple.
Temple Fair.
Ano?
冰糖葫芦，冰糖葫芦，又酸又甜的冰糖葫芦，好吃不贵。
年糕，年糕，吃年糕了，新年吃年糕，年年考省。
过新年赚金银，买块画布做新的衣服。画布画布，看看我的画布。春联春联贴春联，家家户户贴春联，贴上春联好运连连。小朋友要不要吃冰糖葫芦？
冰糖葫芦多少钱
2文钱一串。
给我来一串吧。夫人，你要年糕吗？不要了，谢谢。
要不要买新的画布做新的衣服？
我们有新衣服了，谢谢。
买春联吗？贴上对联，好运连连。
春联一定要贴，多少钱
3文钱。
？3文钱，请收好。
我们快回家吧，回家抱轿子贴春联。
那我们要跳春联。
那我给你讲讲年的故事，讲完你就知道了。
太好了，太好了！
There was a monster named Nian, which was very ferocious.
年常年，生居海底，每到除夕才爬上岸，吃动物，伤人。
Nian lives deep in the bottom of the seas for many years and only climbs the shore every New Year's Eve, devouring livestock and hurting people's lives.
又要到除夕了，我要去救小动物。
每年除夕这天，村子里的人们就会逃到山上躲避年兽的伤害。今天又是一年的除夕。
Every New Year's Eve, the people in the village will flee to the mountains to avoid the harm of the Nian beast. And today is another New Year's Eve.
年兽回来了，我们要上山了，乡亲们，乡亲们，年兽回来了，我们要上山了。
村长，村长，等等我们！乡亲们，你们这是要去哪儿呀？年兽就要来了，我们要上山去躲一躲。你是从哪里来呀？你也快跟我们上山躲一躲吧。我太饿了，你们有吃的东西吗？我吃了吃的东西，你快吃。太感谢你了，我有办法把年兽赶走。你有办法，这太危险了。你们放心好了。
乡亲们，怪救了。
你们先上山吧，我有办法对付年兽。那你一定要小心啊！
这位穿着白衣服的人其实是一位仙人，他来这里就是为了帮助村民们赶走年兽。
The person in white clothes is actually a fairy. She came here to help drive away the Nan beasts.
村民离开后，仙人拿出很多红色的东西，他先是在门上贴了对联，又挂上红红的灯笼，然后又点上火，还准备了很多炮竹。
After the villagers left, they saw that the foreigner took out a lot of red things from her bag. She first pasted couplets on the door, then hung up red lanterns, and took out firecrackers to return some lighted candles of fire.
天渐渐黑了，半夜时分，终于传来了年兽的声音。
It was getting dark, and in the middle of the night, the voice of the Nian beast finally came.
走了这么远，有嘞有啊，我要举起东西。
突然，年兽看到远处红光闪闪，年兽觉得有点害怕。
Suddenly, the Nian beast saw a red light shining in the distance, and the Nian beast felt a little bit scared.
哪里来的红色？真是讨厌！
年兽一边说，一边小心向前走去。就在他走到门口时，从门缝看见了红色的光。原来房子里点着火，还有很多红色的蜡烛。就在年兽靠近的时候，房子里响起了炮竹的声音。
The Nian beast walked forward cautiously while talking, and when he reached the door, he saw that the red light through the crack of the door. It turned out that the house was burning and there were many red candles. Just as the Nian beast approached, the sound of the firecrackers sounded in the house.
就这样，年兽被红色的火光和炮竹的声音吓跑了。
And in this way, the Nian beast was frightened by the red flames and the sound of the firecrackers.
“连放鞭炮了吗？
我知道了，我们快去家里贴春联。
好吧。
Wait, hold on. I didn't quite hear who you were and where you were from. Where are you? Wait, where are you? Who are you? And
I'm
where are you
Wang
from?
I'm Wang Minghong from Gudai. I time traveled here.
You time traveled here. Ah, all right. So, that was an amazing performance. I never knew that was how everyone came to wear red and light up fireworks during Spring Festival celebration. I always thought it was just a time when we all get together with friends and family and wish for a good year ahead.
Well, now you know. As we move along the dynasties, and as the civilizations get more prosperous between the Tang, Song, and Qing dynasty, other traditions came along as well, such as visiting relatives and friends and eating dumplings. Later on, people started developing new habits such as watching dragon and lion dances during the temple fair, and enjoying lantern shows. And the purpose of Spring Festival changed from a religious one to entertaining and social ones, more like that of today.
Wait. Did you say lion dance? Now you made me want to watch a lion dance.
Well, I was going to show you some other things first, but since you're so excited, let's go visit some lion dance troops. Let's go. Of course, legend says a Tang Dynasty emperor had a dream in which a strange creature saved his life. The next day, as he described his dream to his ministers, one of the ministers explained that the strange creature resembles a lion from the west. The emperor then ordered his ministers to recreate the lion he saw in his dream, and the lion subsequently became a symbol of good luck, happiness, and prosperity.
Ah, so that's why if you go to China, you can often see pairs of lions at the entrance to key buildings like temples, and people perform lion dances at Chinese festivals or big occasions to bring good fortune and chase away evil spirits. Lions do symbolize power, wisdom, and superiority.
As far as the story goes, yes, that's one way of putting it, but another point of view exists, in that when the Silk Road opens to serve as an important trading route with neighboring countries like India and others, there are also those that argue that the lion dance was in part the demands for better self-defense when traveling through this route. This actually leads to the development and spread of martial arts.
You don't say! Like Shaolin monks and Kung Fu? How'd you know that I like to watch those movies?
I can show you something even better. How about we go and see a real wushu practice? Let's go travel back in time to the Warring States period in the 5th century. That's when the earliest references to Chinese martial arts are found in the 4 books and 5 classics said to be compiled by the great Confucius.
Confucius? You mean like the Confucius of Confucianism?
Yes, Confucianism, together with Taoism and Buddhism, are the 3 main philosophies and religions of ancient China, which have individually and collectively influenced ancient and modern Chinese society. How about this? Let's go visit the Zhou dynasty in 600 BC, where we can observe the practice of a Taoist ancient rite, and then we'll watch some Kung Fu in action. All right, come on.
请师者入席。请学者入席。奉茶。
Don't. I'm
请学子向师者献上6礼束修，腊肉意为感谢师恩，莲子意为古心教导，芹菜意为勤奋好学，红豆意为红心高照，红枣意为红枣意为早早高中，桂圆意为圆满自在。请向先圣先师行大礼。一拜曰：华夏文明德没天地。再拜曰：先生师道功过古今。三拜曰：格物致知修齐治和。请师者回礼。龙眼干意为开巧生智。芹菜意为勤劳。聪意为聪明。 请学者向师者行礼。一拜曰：师道尊重，利人利德。再拜曰：传道授业，教化解惑。三拜曰：感念师恩，天地为鉴。请学子聆训。
弟子入者孝，出者弟，谨而信，泛爱众而亲仁，行有余力，则以学文。
弟子谨遵教诲。
谢谢大家。
and that ancient rite, I guess I can really see the connection of how ancient China influences East Asian traditions. Here, we are also taught from young to respect our elders and teachers. So that's why my mom likes to frown if I misbehave at home. She keeps saying that I'm being disrespectful. Maybe I should go home and perform this for my parents. Maybe she'll give me a big fat alpa.
Well, you see, as our traditions and rituals evolve with time, we don't take things too literally. It's not about doing the ceremony per se, but looking at the values that it brings. We can always learn from the past. The period of spring, autumn, and warring states are the time where disharmony was often seen before China was finally united as one under the Qin dynasty. During that period, many great classics came from great philosophers like Confucius. Confucianism has existed for about 2,500 years now and is concerned with inner virtue, morality, and respect for the community and its values. I think a great lesson is that we can use to remind ourselves to be positive and the importance of harmony.
So it's been here for 2,500 years?
Yes, in fact, Confucian teachings inspired many other forms of classics and literature. In a time way back where education was still limited to the royal or noble families. For the rest of the common people, formal education started at home with their parents.
You mean like in the past, our parents were our teachers?
Yes, but during the time, education was limited to a few. Parents taught their children to recite classics and poems to ensure that they could be passed on to the next generation, as they did not know how to read and write. Eventually, as later dynasties began to prosper and literacy rates grew, so the culture and society evolved to introduce more literature, drawings, music, and dance. So you can see the importance of education on the progress and prosperity of society. In fact, one of the embodiments of Confucian teaching, the Sanzi Jing, is actually teaching us about the value of education. You want to go and check it out?
Sure, why not? All these time we've looked into mystical beasts, kung fu, and jumping around like weird acrobats. So let's go enjoy some arts now.
Well, our next trip will take us through to see how people in the old days recited the classics. Then we will go and listen to some music and a poem recital. Let's go.
上课，请起立。同学们好，请坐。今天我们学习《三字经》，请跟我读：人之初， 性本善，性相近，习相远，苟不教，性乃迁，教之道，贵以专。那我们跟着音乐一起来读一读吧。谢谢大家。
下土，谁知盘中餐？粒粒皆辛苦，锄禾日当午。汗滴禾下土，谁知盘中餐？粒粒皆辛苦，锄禾日当午。汗滴禾下土，谁知盘中餐？粒粒皆辛苦。
We've gone through the dynasties now and seen myths and poems ancient rites, philosopher teachings, and also listen to some beautiful music. I think I've learned so much today, and I understand better now about the importance of valuing traditions and values, seeing as how it still impacts and is embedded in our modern lives.
Nice, good for you.
I just wish that learning Chinese characters are this easy. I found it difficult for me in the beginning.
Well, you do know that Chinese characters are essentially logograms, right? And even a handful of them are derived from pictograms.
Lorograms, pictographs, what are those? Are those like designing a logo?
Well, last one for the day before I leave. I'm getting hungry. An old saying in China goes, as time moves on, situations vary. Development and changes are the inevitable laws of everything. With China's long history, Chinese characters have experienced thousands of years of development and evolution, starting from simple script on bones around 1250 BC to the ones that we know today. But back in the early days, before any formal form of writing existed, people used to draw what they saw and use that as a simple symbol that conveyed meaning to an object or a situation. Chinese people selected the way of expressing meaning by figures and pictures, and Chinese characters began with drawings. With all the complexities, Chinese people introduced radicals, which are components of the characters put together in different orders and combinations that are used to index and categorize characters. By understanding the origin, it will help you learn characters better. Perhaps it's easier if I show you instead how these characters originate and came to be. All right, let's go.
写好中国字，做个好学生。
眼，纵然是群山层层叠叠，也无心再次留恋停歇。就像四季明月，期盼你能察觉，将你写作诗卷，送千里无邪。你就是梦境白了心愿，才会有悲欢离合阴晴圆缺。你就是风人红了枫叶，才会让我的思念漫山遍野。你就是泪浸白了初雪，才会如离人来去飘洒遥远。你就是你染红了岁月，改变我黑白而无言的世界。溪水潺潺淌过古街，带走了如梦般的世界。小桥上人潮络绎不绝，牵引我思绪层出不穷。若不是两处变成蝴蝶，夹字眼穿过天上宫阙，绝不知人间多愁离别，坠落烟散作秋风情节。就像四季明月，心缱绻意难绝，将自己织成烟，似繁星如夜。你就是梦境白了心愿，才会有悲欢离合阴晴圆缺。你就是风人红了枫叶，才会让我的思念漫山遍野。你就是泪浸白了初雪，才会如离人来去飘洒遥远。你就是你染红了岁月，改变我黑白而无言的世界。你就是梦境白了心愿，才会有悲欢离合阴晴圆缺。你就是风染红了枫叶，才会让我的思念漫山遍野。你就是泪浸白了初雪，才会如离人来去飘洒遥远。你就是你染红了岁月，改变我黑白而无言的世界。
I wish I knew this. Now I find myself not only knowing about Chinese culture and its impact to the world, I also found new tricks about how to help myself learn Chinese characters even better.
Well, look at the time now. I'm seriously getting hungry. I'm sure the audience are too. So, shall we all have lunch and enjoy the temple fair inside?
Great idea! But before we go, I would like to say one more thing. Today, I learned about values and how history shaped the modern world. But one important lesson that I learned is that change cannot be escaped and is a part of life. And we need to be able to live in harmony with peace, with changes and differences we see and find around us. I feel like singing a song about friendship.
Sing a song? Well, sure. But let's get more people here first. Karaoke is better with friends.
That is very true. It looks like our friends are coming, so we should wait for them for a while. So, Alpha, what do you think about the event? What's your favorite part?
after this, the singing part.
Oh, so this is your favorite part?
Yes.
Well, then everyone should be excited to see Rafa's favorite part of the whole entire event. But we have to wait. My favorite part, personally, is the Chinese dance, of course. And this is my favorite part as well. Grade 9, are you ready? You're ready? All right. Grade 8, are you ready?
Grade 7, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, looks like everyone's ready. Is the music ready? All right, now we have to wait for the music.
这些年，一个人，风也过，雨也走，有过泪，有过错，还记得坚持什么？真爱过，才会懂，会寂寞，会回首，总有梦，总有你在心中。朋友一生一起走，那些日子不再有。一句话，一辈子，一生情，一杯酒。朋友不曾孤单过，一生朋友你会懂。还有伤，还有痛，还要走，还有我。这些年，一个人，风也过，雨也走，有过泪，有过错，还记得坚持什么？真爱过才会懂，会寂寞，会回首，总有梦，总有你在心中。朋友一生一起走，那些日子不再有。一句话，一辈子，一生情，一杯酒。朋友不曾孤单过，一生朋友你会懂。还有伤，还有痛，还要走，还有我。朋友一生一起走，那些日子不再有。一句话，一辈子，一生情，一杯酒。朋友不曾孤单过，一生朋友你会懂。还有伤，还有痛，还要走，还有我。一句话，一辈子，一生情，一杯酒。
谢谢大家。
谢谢大家。对，不会放弃你。
谢谢大家。